This is a Hot Pie Original.
I think a lot of us knew that it would work until you've completely experienced it. I don't think you can quite put it in perspective. So, as my first, I don't go to a whole lot of live sporting events. It's just not my thing. But did the Austin FC thing last night, and it's set up perfectly. I mean, they got it just right. There's a lot of perfect things and then one thing that might be a problem. But it is, first of all, you couldn't ask for a better July night, right? I mean, it's not 105 and it's not storming. I mean, it's perfect. There's some cloud cover. So where the Q2 Stadium sits, I don't know if a lot of people know this, which was a running debate in the city, but it was land that was, I believe, had been condemned. And then the team gets a sweetheart deal on the land, no doubt about it. But the city's argument was, hey, look, we can't do anything with this land anyway, so you might as well, here, take it off our hands. They did. Unlike most cities, they got a good deal, but the taxpayers did not build them a stadium. I hate corporate welfare. I don't know that this is an exact example of corporate welfare, but whatever. So the deal comes together. The stadium is super cool, done perfectly, just the right size. Of course, they're selling sponsorships like crazy. In the run-up to this, I had been telling people MLS, like any professional sports league, wants to be here. It is the booming market. I don't think that's a big mystery. Everything that you would want to make money is here. Everything you would want to make money in terms of the corporate base, the demographic base is here to make money. And it was on display last night. Those jerseys are everywhere. Their merch is everywhere. Those skyboxes are full. The advertisements are all over the place. The expensive beers and cocktails are flowing. It is everything quintessential, upscale Austin you could imagine. It's a cool experience, and they've got it just right. Oh, there's only 1,000 parking spaces, but whatever. So you, like a lot of people, either take the train, you go to some space, you take the train over, and that's packed, or you go hang out at the Domain and go to bars. And those bars were killing it anyway. There's not a bar within 10 miles that is not full of a bunch of typical Austinites throwing down beers and then walking to the stadium. It's super cool. So he, the owner, has got a home run, a financial home run. I've said this before and people laugh at me. Look, every professional sports league wants exactly what Austin FC has. They want to be here. The San Antonio Spurs would get here in a heartbeat. All they have to do is look at that night and go, oh my gosh, look what they sell. We can't make that money in 6 months, and they make it in one night in Austin. They would be here in a heartbeat. A Major League Baseball team would be here in a heartbeat. The NFL won't happen because Gerald Jones won't let it happen. But it is, all you have to do is go to one of these games and you would say, oh my gosh, that seems like a lot of money is circulating here. And it is a lot of money circulating. So it's a home run. The question is, it's a home run until when? It's a home run for a while. The pregame is done well. They turned the stadium green. I'm sitting here taking all this in like everyone else. And so behind one of the goals, I guess it would be the south goal, they have the crowd there that plays the drums. The lead singer, the Black Pumas, is leading the crowd. I'm thinking, I can't even get the guy on my show, and he's down here playing drums with our fans at this game. That's how cool these games are. It is the ticket.
John McClellan is the co-founder and creator of ATX Hot Sauce in all 50 states, now in several retail outlets as well. So we're going to turn it over to the social media rock chef superstar, and we're going to walk through a few sauces and why you should buy. We've done beet heat, so we're second in line now for the tasting. Don't forget, everyone, go to atxhotsauce.com. So here we go.
All right, so this one is our smoked habanero 5-pepper. We smoke habaneros with ancho, pasilla.
Is that going to hurt?
This one? No,
Yeah.
This one's actually really, really good.
Okay.
This is like your traditional tapatilla, but without the vinegar in it, right? And because of that fermentation process that we've talked about all the time. This one is great on sandwiches, pizzas, things like that. Great on hot wings. I think you're going to really like this one too, especially the smoky flavor with the adobe chipotle and the smoked habaneros. We actually smoked the habaneros before we.
Does that go with the cab?
This would not go with the cab. This would go with the great Chenin Blanc, though.
I knew you were gonna. I teed you up with that one.
Yeah, yeah.
That is good. That's good.
Yeah. Good. It's just classic take. Well, it's a new take on a classic item. It's called smoked habanero 5-pepper.
All right, don't forget
One of my
ATX.
favorites.
Don't forget atxhotsauce.com.
They put on a great show. It's the fans make it. The fans are super cool. The product, not so much. I know soccer. They're not very good. Now, their expansion team, that's the way it goes. There's a honeymoon period. You know, I'm sitting next to a guy. That's one thing about Austin. So you can look around that crowd, and you're just like all of Austin. You're going to see 95% of the people are not even from Austin. Everyone's from somewhere else, and they know soccer. Okay, this is a knowledgeable soccer town. The guys I'm sitting next to aren't just some dudes with their shirts off throwing down beers. These are guys that have grown up all over the country, many of whom have grown up playing the game. They know the game, and they know what they're talking about. So there's a point. You better get a better product. Now, they're going to make enough money. If there's ever an excuse that someone doesn't have an excuse to have a really successful product, it's this one. You're making so much money. You're going to be the envy of all professional sports outside of the NFL. The envy. You got everything, man. The coolest ticket in town. But sooner or later, I could hear it. I found it interesting. There were people complaining about why you can't score. Why are you missing this player? Why are you playing this way? So there's going to be a point that says, yeah, a lot of people show up for the cocktails. A lot of people show up to beat the drums. But there's also a lot of people that eventually are going to expect the product to be good. If there's ever anyone with the money to make the product, I'm talking about the winning product, great, it's them. They got to be making so much money. It's hilarious. They should be able to afford practically anything. So, cool experience. They got it just right. Enjoy the honeymoon. Enjoy the period in which people don't care that much how you're doing, but just prepare. And I'm sure they know this. I'm sure they know it. MLS has come a long way. It's much improved. And it's going to continue to improve because of franchises like Austin that have the money. Now, I'm sitting there and I'm calculating with a buddy last night about Yeti and what Yeti is doing. Yeti's on the jerseys. They sell those things, and they are not cheap. It's hard to find out of 20,000 something people with only 1,000 parking spaces. It's hard to find anybody not wearing a $100 jersey. Okay? You're the exception if you're not wearing an expensive jersey, myself included. So the merch and the beer is flying out of that place. It's impressive. It's an impressive buildup. Someday, though, owner, you're counting your money now, you're enjoying life in Austin now. About 75% of those people that are there, someday soon are going to say, can you play better, please? Could you please score? Please? Just even get a sniff at the goal? I mean, sooner or later, all the excitement, all the drums and the singing, it's all cool. But you're 45 minutes in, you probably would like to see somebody even try to score or get close to scoring. That's going to matter. A year or two from now, that's going to matter. It even sinks in. You can feel it during the game, people that have gone. You don't even have to know that much soccer, but sooner or later, you're all caught up in the excitement. You love the green thing and having some beers. At some point, you go, oh, man, is anyone going to even take a shot? Is it ever going to come down here? You could feel it inside the stadium. And I know, I'm not ripping them to rip them. I know the franchise and people that know soccer, and I know of several of them. They know this, okay? They're not thrilled that they're not sniffing the goal either. But you can almost feel it at some point during the game. This is fun. Oh, they're cool. That person's famous. That's a cool shirt. Damn. Hey, did they even shoot during this game? Has anyone even been down here yet? So, someday that'll matter. But I bet you in places like San Antonio, where they would just beg to have a fifth of that money, I bet they look at this and go, damn, if we could just get down there. If we could just go hang out at the Domain and let people buy shirts and cocktails. Look how rich we could get to.
From the Hot Pie Media Studios in Austin, Texas, it's The Jeff Ward Show. Listen at jeffwardshow.com.